tell you one thing, Dave. I didn't know that. I was telling Jay before the game. Sean Miller has produced the second most NBA players of active coaches. Number one is Calipari, but he's got 27 guys that went to the NBA.
It's modern coaching. He accepted the job to come to Texas on a Zoom call.
5 days we live it. 5 days after he beat Texas, he gets the job there.
Texas with the first possession. Swain kicks it up top. And they give it away, and stolen away by the Duke Blue Devils, trying to get to the other end quickly in transition.
And Nick Cody, the sophomore for Texas, starting out on Cameron Boozer. And Boozer plays out at the top. They'll screen him into the post, where he's going to be a really difficult challenge.
Isaiah Evans lifting the first long-distance shot tonight. And off target, he led Duke in three-point accuracy a year ago. He's going to be a key man for John Shire all season long.
Jay talked about the big guards. You talk about the fact when you look at Mark and look at Pope, veterans, 24 and 22 years of age, and they're going to have to, for them to have a chance here tonight, I really believe, Jay, they got to really excel in that perimeter.
No question.
Gungbo will pick up the first foul as you get a look at John Shire, year number 4, a new look Blue Devils team. They've already passed one very stiff test with flying colors, an exhibition game, but it was against number 18 Tennessee on the road in front of 22,000.
Well, that game, Boozer went for 24 and 23. That was a night like Jay had when he played back in the 80s.
Maybe in high school.
Mark will lift and take the hit as he hits the shot. Tremont Mark, the 6'5" graduate, 24 years old in his 6th year of college basketball.
Well, Mark played for Eric Musselman. He played for Kelvin Sampson. So he's been around the block. I mean, he has got a lot of experience, Jay.
He's a lefty that had played the point guard position toward the end of last year for Texas. Good handler and really good in the mid-range, as he just proved by making that bucket and getting fouled. He's got size, length, and he's also an excellent defender.
Yeah, also has 1,500 career points on his resume. Boozer up top.
But you really have to have active hands on Cameron Boozer, because he can just whistle it over the top of you. Excellent passer.
On the move, little bump to the left hand. No, the tip, that won't drop in.
He's right there. I'll tell you one thing, he attacks off the bounce, and then he attacks the rim really quickly to go to the offensive glass.
Yeah, he's really good, Dick, with that second jump. And he gets a lot of his own misses. He doesn't miss very often. What he does, he gets it oftentimes.
Now Duke with 6 players returning from a Final Four team to combine with the nation's #1 recruiting class, led by this man. Boozer inside the paint, over the top. The tip won't go. Tried to get Gungba down low at 6'11", and a whistle with 5 on the shot clock.
You know, Gungba is a guy that got better and better as the season progressed last year, Jay.
He's got excellent feet, very skilled, and a very good rebounder. Another guy that can really pass it, especially out top.
So again, 5 on the shot clock here for Duke. And Caleb Foster, 6'5" junior. Expectations high for him to bounce back. Boozer can't connect.
And so far, Texas has done a good job early with their guards getting down to rebound. Kendall Weaver and then Tremont Mark grabbing the defensive boards. The guards really have to help the big guys on the glass.
Weaver, 6'3" senior, another returning guard for Texas. Shot clock down to 10 here for the Longhorns. Mark going up against a big man and a traveling violation as he went body to body up against Boozer.
They actually got 4 good guards coming off the bench. We haven't seen him yet. Played for St. John's with Rick Pitino, who's, by the way, got a great team this year. But Simeon Wilcher, a very experienced player.
Yeah, Simeon Wilcher started 25 games last year for a team that won over 30 games in St. John's.
And won the Big East.
Boozer finding the open shooter. Gun but can't hit it. 6'11" sophomore off the mark. And Duke with a chilly start here in Charlotte tonight. They are 0 for 5. The drive will be tipped up and a miss there by Cody right on top of the iron. Titus underneath. It's tipped away from him. On the run, Sarr will lay it up and draw the foul.
They really like Sarr. He told me before the game, Jay, he said, John told me that he's very versatile. He's skilled offensively, but what a defensive potential.
Well, really athletic and a really high IQ. Played really well in the Nike Hoop Summit. He had 17 points in that game. But he's experienced. He's played professional basketball. He's from Italy, but played in the ACB League in Spain for FC Barcelona. Played about 15 games with their top team.
tell you one thing, if you can play, they're going to find you. I don't care where you are today, man. They're going to find you if you can play, especially Duke. Duke has had unbelievable success recruiting over the years, and it's continued with John Shire.
Gungberg to the bench. And Maysar, the freshman, played 17 minutes against Tennessee. So got a good long look at for the Duke Blue Devils from Shire. Getting him into that game for a nice stretch. Mark gives it up. Here's Weaver. Okatitis on the dribble.
Well, you really have to protect the ball against Malik Brown. Gets a lot of deflections.
7-footer. Nice move in close. That's going to go the other way, though.
Got him with a hook.
So no basket. And Okatitis, the 7-footer from Lithuania, with the foul.
Just use that off arm to sort of knock Malik Brown away.
He played at Florida Atlantic, did he not?
He did. He was freshman of the year in the American Athletic Conference.
They like him. He's got strong hands, really a competitor, and loves basketball. Sean was telling me.
Yeah, he's got good feet.
Foster will penetrate. Nice pass underneath and a sweet kick for Sarr. He'll switch that in from the corner with the triple.
What a great pass from Malik Brown. It was a tough catch, but to find Sarr in the corner, that was a big-time pass.
Yeah, it really was. Good offensive efficiency right there. Sarr knocks it down.
Duke's big guys are their best passers, Dick.
Yeah.
Shire wanted a foul there, and there will be one now against Duke on the reach by Malik Brown, who picks up his first.
I watched the pass that Jay was talking about right there. What a great pass. Open look. The corner Jay's usually that's a high percentage shot. Boy, guys can shoot the ball today.
But just great recognition that Dalen Swain had come in from the corner. And you really can't leave a corner shooter. I know that Swain wanted to help out, thought he could get a steal, but that leads to a wide open three for an outstanding passer like Brown.
Sean Miller really high on Swain. He had him at Xavier. He said he's really multi-dimensional.
Well, nice touch from downtown by Dalen Swain, 6'8" junior. The transfer came from Xavier with Sean Miller, so he knows him very well. Really good defender, too.
And that's if he can knock that shot down, he only shot about 25-26% last year from three.
It was a little too strong. And Traore with the rebound. He's another big at 6'9" for Sean Miller.
Well, one thing, you know, Sean Miller's club last year was like 4th in the nation shooting the three. Right now, he's trying to find some three-point shooters in this club.
Jordan Pope will lift, and a two-pointer won't drop. Rebound batted around. And it comes back to the Longhorns in his second effort in heavy traffic. That won't fall for Mark. And a big battle for the rebound. Still scrapping for it. Comes out high and plucked away by Sarr. Going up against Pope, and a blocking foul here against Texas. With 15-14 to go here in the first half, and Texas off to a decent start. They have taken a 5-3 lead on a night we celebrate an icon. City of Charlotte and all of college basketball does. It is Dicky V's night.
And there's been no more beloved figure in basketball, nor in our job, that you can think of. He's one of one, and one of the all-time greats, and one of the all-time great people.
The voice of college basketball.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Belk. In the game since 1888. And by Subaru. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Dicky V over the years, all the way back to 1979. Well, before that, when he was coaching, you liked a kid that you weren't a very good basketball coach. You were a terrific basketball coach. And, you know, I know more than anything, your gala and the money you raise for pediatric cancer, that means more to you than anything else you have ever done. Coaching, broadcasting, tickets available right now. The event will be held on May 1st. All proceeds benefiting cancer research. For more information, go to v.org/Dick Vitale Gala.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I showed a car raffle. A lot of you guys would look great in that car. BMW will raffle it off, and $100 a chance. And all you got to do to go get a chance, you better hurry up. We're going to sell out. v.org/Vitale raffle. And you're right, Dave. I told Jay before the game, one of the reasons I'm doing TV is to keep alive in terms of helping me raise money, because I'm obsessed with doing it to help kids battling that disease. No child should have to go through what I went through.
Sarr trying to make a move on the baseline. He'll draw the foul. And that will go against Mark. The 6'5" grad picks up his first.
But Texas did a really nice job on that out of bounds underneath of switching all of the screens and exchanges that Duke threw at him.
I'm impressed the way they defend. And I'm not shocked, because Sean Miller's a great tactician, and he's really a very motivating kind of player, and he really concentrates on the defensive end. And they play so aggressive. They play hard, and they play team defense.
And very well organized.
Duke moving the ball exceptionally well, but the shot's really not dropping here early on.
Well, the guard rebounding for Texas has been a big factor. Both teams are struggling to shoot it. I think they're 3 of 16 combined, but the Texas guards have really dropped down to help the big guys.
Troy had poked away. Look at the effort by Harris. And it's going to stay on the set. 14:35 to go.
That's great hustle right there. That's how you earn some playing time. A kid like Harris didn't play a whole lot last year, but they really like some of the versatility he brings to the game to shoot the three. And they're going to love that, Jay. They're going to love that. That's a football play.
Well,
I mean, are you kidding me?
It's the difference between diving and bending at the waist.
Well, so far, Duke 1 of 8 from the floor, but not lacking for hustle plays as the Blue Devils take over possession. Boozer directing traffic.
Boozer being guarded by Cam Heide, transferred in from Purdue. He's an excellent athlete.
Shoot the ball, too. Gives him a shooter.
Went for the bank, came up empty.
They've done a pretty good job here containing Boozer early in the game. I mean, it's certainly early.
Wilcher fires, and that's in and out. You guys were talking about Simeon Wilcher out of Plainfield, New Jersey, playing for Rick Pitino last year. Trying to fit in Texas. And Jimenez just lost it. The 6'8" freshman gave it up. Here's Pope, a determined drive. And defended by the Blue Devils. They have turned it over 6 times now. In transition again, and in and out. Jimenez, the freshman, can't hit. Brown will kick it out high. And Boozer with a backcourt violation.
They're really high on Jimenez. Tell us a little bit about him, Jay.
Well, he's from Los Angeles. A really good connector out on the floor. He's a former point guard, really competitive, really good basketball IQ, but his versatility, his toughness, and John Shire will tell you he's a winner. Won state championships in high school, as did Cameron and Caden Boozer out of Miami. All those 3 guys, all they did was win in high school.
And you like to get those kind of players because that becomes contagious to everybody on the team. By the way, when you think about Jimenez, he went to a great high school, Harvard-Westlake.
Harvard-Westlake.
Won back-to-back state championships there. And a whistle here as Tony Padilla has a whistle. Stops the clock with 13:40 to go in the first half. And Texas up by 2. They're going to reset the shot clock. Texas 19 wins last year. Duke with 35. And Texas did reach the NCAA First Four. They eventually lost to Sean Miller's Xavier team. Miller was hired to replace Rodney Terry at Texas just a couple of days later.
I thought Terry, in a way, got a raw deal. He's 43 and 20. Goes to the NCAA tournament 2 years in a row. You lose your job.
Swain airborne. The teardrop, no. He follows the miss and knocks it down.
stayed right with it. Dalen Swain averaged about 11 points, almost 6 rebounds, and a couple of steals per game at Xavier last year. A two-way player and another really good guard rebounder.
Yeah, he really, statistically, he was like leading in almost every area.
Line driver and swished in by Isaiah Evans. Had 22 in that exhibition win against Tennessee. Really lit it up in that second half.
Well, he's so good coming off those fade screens, Dick. You get picked off, he shoots it so quickly. He's got great range.
I'll never forget the game last year. I watched you. I think you did it. He had 6 threes in the first half against Auburn.
Against Auburn, yeah.
Hey, he won that game for them.
But Patrick Gungba set a great fade screen. Just threw right over the top. You really better get pressure on the passer. They're going to pick you apart on those actions.
Well, feeling like a first game. Teams combining for 8 turnovers. Only 5 baskets to this point.
It's been really physical to start.
And nothing but net. And sweet touch there by Swain. The 6'8" junior knocks it down. He has 8.
Well, he put up 27 last year in the NCAA tournament against Illinois.
Kid Pope could shoot. We haven't seen it yet, but he's a good shooter as well.
And the feed here for Gungba and the stuff for the 6'11" big.
Boy, I think Gungba's going to have a real good year. I really do. I like his strength. I like his play around the basket.
And a really good cut off that double team. You get a double, and he cut right to the rim, got to the front of it.
A nice save deep in the corner there by Heidi. Junior out of Minnesota who can really shoot it. Transfer from Purdue and wriggling inside for 2 more is Swain, outside and inside, already with 10 points.
I'll tell you one thing, Sean Miller, now I can understand. When I talked to him on the phone the other day, he went on and on about Swain. That Swain is such an important part of this team.
Once again, oh man, did that hang on the iron. Isaiah Evans, who was up there all night, and it rolls in.
Tell you what, he's capable of going off for 4 or 5 quick threes.
Well, he can go off in a hurry. And if he continues to move without the ball, he's going to be extraordinarily difficult to guard, especially if he starts driving closeouts.
Especially if he adds a little drive to his game. Fake, jab, step, go to the goal. Because people are going to really attack him to try to take 3 away from him.
Evans last year about 42% from 3. Was best on the team for Duke and off to a good start here in the first half.
In a physical contest where buckets have been tough to come by, Texas has done a great job of limiting Duke to 1 shot. And that's largely because of the great blockouts and the physical play, but also because the guards have come down to rebound. They are helping the big guys limit Duke to just 1 look. And that was key in this game for Sean Miller and his staff, that all 5 guys on the defensive glass have to rebound. You can't run before you get the ball. And thus far, Texas is beating Duke on the glass, and Duke's got to do a better job of protecting the paint because Dalen Swain's done a good job of punching the paint and getting to the rim.
Jaden, that last time out, that's what Sean Miller was emphasizing. On the defensive end, we have to be better at communicating. We can't let ourselves get beat in coverage. So if it's a switch, I need you guys to be vocal and yell out switch. Otherwise, we're just going to get beat if we don't know what we're doing.
Chris, I'll tell you one thing, communication is vital. You talk about any great team. I know you played for Coach K, and he talked about that all the time. We got to communicate. We got to let people know where we are on the floor, got help, etc. And a lot of teams don't do that, Jay.
Well, the best defenses are the loudest. That as an offensive team playing against them, you can hear them. And your talk has to be early, loud, and continuous. And that's something that I know Texas is trying to build into the culture. You're not going to find many better defensive coaches than Sean Miller. That hire that Texas made in Sean Miller, I put it right up there with Will Wade at NC State, Darian DeVries at Indiana. Just a great hire.
Titus into the paint, now back out. Wilcher trying to get involved on the offensive end, nearly lost it and tipped out by Caden Boozer, the 6'4" freshman, with a shot clock down to 3.
Caden, a very good passer. Really backs up Boston usually at the point guard slot, but he's a really good passer. Understands the game, good basketball IQ.
Pope quickly off the inbounds and in and out.
He hasn't got going yet. He's had a big game last year rather. He had a game, I think, 40 plus.
Duke's got to run something to get Cameron Boozer a touch.
Boy, another touch by Evans, and bottoms again as he buries another. He has 9.
He's going to be a big scorer this year, Jay. He's going to be a 20-point scorer, really.
He should be. He's one of those guys that once he sees it go through once, he's going to keep firing.
He's put Duke in front.
Yeah,
teardrop no for Pope.
He's not bashful, I'll tell you that. He's not bashful.
And the Blue Devils will take possession.
Just another fade screen and then ghosted out of it. And off those fades, he really does a great job of getting his feet set, got a high release point. But if he doesn't get that initial action, they can come back and just re-screen on it. That one they slipped.
So 3 out of 4 shooting it with 9 points. Everybody else a combined 5.
Spain action, try to get Gungba into the low post.
Evans, oh, what a nice dish underneath there to Gungba. He found him.
They found him open on the inside, but it was the penetration that created an opportunity. Draw some help, give it off.
The penetration forces the help to come up. Once you help up, it's over.
8-0 run here for Duke. Pope with the feed. Cody trying to make a move, spins, and nicely done for 2.
He was a terrific high school player. He was one of the best in the state of Texas. And they got an injured, and that really set him back. But he's really, Sean told me today, he's really making great strides.
Just a beautiful drop step. He knew he had a size advantage over Sarr. And once Sarr got his body into him, he was able to spin off it. Just this baseline drop step. The arm bar gives you the distance. Once he gets into your body, it's over then.
I tell you, UB Brown would love that. UB Brown used to lecture on that at the 5-star camp. The drop step, posted up. I mean, I heard UB the other day. I was telling Jay.
Previous play is under review for a timing issue.
We'll take a look at the last play. Men's basketball set to look a little bit different rules-wise this year. Several rule changes. The addition of a coach's challenge system to update how officials call continuous motion fouls as well. Challenge system, the first in men's basketball. Challenge can be used at any point during the game, provided that team has a timeout available. That's out of bounds calls, basket interference, restricted
arc. After Duke, the game clock will be reset to 10 minutes, 8 seconds. Duke ball.
And we're also going to see, Jay, continuation in the game.
Yeah, all the way to the gather. I think it's a really good rule change because oftentimes you get a call on the floor when it should be an end one. And so I think both those rule changes, especially the coach's challenge, is going to speed games up. And we're not going to see the officials having to go to, it's not the officials' fault, but it's the rules' fault, having to go to the monitor and every play is like the Zapruder film.
Yeah, I like that rule. I love the idea they can challenge like that because, as Jay said, it's going to make the game a lot quicker. Not going to have going in a monitor 7-8 times a game.
Exactly.
Game getting a little longish at times.
Yeah, I'm sure miss your flights, can't get out.
Well, I'm glad you said that, but I mean, that's been known to happen. On the drive, Sarr, as he slams on the brakes, back out for the hot hand, and again, Evans just buries a long three-pointer.
Somebody better find him, Jay. They better find him. You can't give him that kind of room. When he gets on a streak, forget about it.
He's one of those players, Dick, you just can't help off. And did a really good job of backing up to the three-point line.
Duke has really stepped it up now. You know, in their first two exhibition games, you're going to watch here Evans wide open, shoots that three. He gets it off so quick. But in the exhibition games, Duke really in the first half against Johnny Dawkins' team, former great player, played with Jay, turned Duke around when he got there in that 85, 86 team. But the bottom line is the second half.
Oh, yeah.
They were terrific.
Look at Gungba deciding why pass it. The lane opened up for him, and this is a 13-2 run for the Duke Blue Devils.
They're going to be a great spurtability team, as Clark Kellogg would say. They're going to be a team that goes on big spurts.
Another loose ball scooped up by Sarr. Backdoor cut, swooping inside. It's Evans for the lay-in.
I'll tell you one thing, their efficiency right now, their offensive efficiency, moving out the ball. Really great job of really moving without the ball, Jay.
And it started with their defense, but with Isaiah Evans knocking down a couple of shots early, then his movement has taken over. He backed out to the three-point line off that penetration, got the pass out, knocked down the three, and then the terrific basket cut for the layup. If he's continuous motion, he's going to be really hard to guard.
He has 14 to lead all scorers. The last couple of buckets by Duke, they're on a heck of a run. We've seen this before.
Cameron Boozer was along the baseline, drew a lot of defensive attention. That opened up the lane for Gungba. And then off that little fade screen up top, the continuous motion to get all the way to the rim. No pressure on the passer, and just pick you apart.
Tell you one thing I mentioned a little bit earlier. You know, Jay played on a great team. Obviously, it was a terrific team. 85, 86 team, 37-3. The second, I think, best record ever at Duke. You know, Jay, on that team, you guys really 2 years earlier turned it all around when you arrived with Dawkins. I believe Allery was on that.
Mark Allery, David Henderson.
Yeah. The bottom line is, the 2 years you got them to start winning. They won 20 games because Coach lost his first 3 years at losing seasons. And all of a sudden, you guys came in and away they went. And Coach K goes for 1,202 wins. And just an incredible achievement that I can't get over what he's achieved. And then 3 gold medals. I mean, what more could the guy do?
And he may be up for an Emmy for the read on the tees into the broadcast tonight. That was tremendous.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Duke, another outlet here for Evans, and lost the handle on it.
Should have given it up.
Yeah, he was trying to get it to Sarr up ahead of the pack. Inside, Swain won't get that one to go. Second effort, Traore had that one sent back. And Duke really playing suffocating D. Weaver, and too strong with a long jumper. Rebound will roll right to Texas again. Weaver will drive it and lay it in and takes a hit. The Longhorns desperately needed that basket.
Well, Kendall Weaver right there showed his athleticism. That was a terrific play, hanging in the air and making that deuce.
Where Weaver is just a warrior, always around the ball, and a terrific cut as the ball was corralled along the baseline. He saw the lane to the basket. And Swain with a spectacular pass to get the and one.
Now we talk about this year. I had a little talk with Paul Biancardi, our guru for recruiting in high school. He told me, he said, this year's class of freshmen is way better than last year. When you think about, he said, for example, Boozer, and then you got the kid at BYU. Devanza is unbelievable. And the kid at Kansas, Peterson. And what about last night, that freshman? Unbelievable. Shocked the nation. I mean, Pete goes for 30 without a three. 30 without a three and beating Florida, Arizona.
I see your passion is really waning for the game, Dick. Staying up till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, watching watching these games. Boozer trying to battle his way inside. He's tied up. Possession arrow will keep it here.
Hey, talk about passion about your game in baseball. I stayed up, this is God's honest truth, 7.5 hours and watched that World Series game to 3 in the morning.
I know.
Dan Schumann's watching us now up there in Canada. He called all those games in Canada. He and his son. That is a great story.
Got to be exhausted. His son Ben, who's also play-by-play announcer for the Toronto Blue Jays. 7 to get off a shot. Boozer's been ice cold. Harris will lift and nails it as he knocks down a 3.
I think he's going to get some minutes this year, Jay. I really do.
He's bigger and stronger, has worked on his body and his conditioning. Just terrific discipline to go against that closeout. Little shot fake, one dribble pull-up.
And he makes the 3 and hustles like he did diving on the floor for a loose ball. That's going to catch the attention of the coaching staff.
Well, Duke's just got so much positional size. Their guards are big.
Jalen Swain harassed with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Knocked out a play by Duke. This man has been cooking.
Well, Isaiah Evans put up some numbers last season, but this year he's going to be relied upon in a big way.
Signage is on the floor, and you know what they've done? They've done a really cool thing here. We noticed this at shoot-arounds. All around the outside of the court are your sayings going back to 1979 when you started inventing all these amazing sayings that have been copied so many times.
Tell you one thing, I was shocked when I came in. They came a little bit earlier. They wanted me to see the floors. I've seen basketball floors. No, you haven't seen one like this, they said. You haven't seen one. I can't believe what they did. The time and the money and all that, and I just can't think. I said, all the ESPN people start with our boss sitting to my left here in the front row. Notice he's got a great seat. He's got a great seat, Jay. I think he gets any seat he wants.
Well, the floor says, you know, awesome baby and PT Pier and all that. The only thing it doesn't say is Lorraine.
James Rand, I'm constantly calling Lorraine. Let me tell you this. I would have never made it out of the cancer battles without that lady. She was right behind me everywhere, every treatment. She and my daughter, she's talking to my agent there, which is Sandy Montag and Sue Lipton. And that's my granddaughter. She goes to Duke. She's a sophomore. She's with all her friends there at Duke. They're down here. She plays tennis at Duke.
That's what John Shire is saying. He's saying, you know, I get texts from Dick. Half of them are about basketball. The other half are about tennis.
Well, he plays tennis. You know, my granddaughter says, I see Coach Shire hitting next to me on the court. Gets rid of that stress. Coaching, there's so much stress. Today it's tough, man. With the NIL, with the transfer portal, things have changed drastically for coaches.
I think the check they get takes away some of the stress.
Yeah, Pope at the line.
Especially when you coach in football and you get fired. And they say, well, we'll fire you, but you get $59 million.
That's the thing. They're complaining about what the players are making. They're paying over $200 million in buyouts. It's not even November 50th.
Cushions the blow just a little bit. Up top, here's Cameron Boozer again, trying to get started. He's had a couple of spectacular exhibition games, and he'll draw the foul with 7:11 to go in the first half in Charlotte.
Well, the Tennessee game against a really quality Tennessee team on the road in front of 20,000 people, he goes for 24 and 23. 24 points, 23 off the glass. I mean, he was just electrifying.
Still fire from the corner, but no again. Rebound kept alive by the youngster Amenya. Might be Duke's answer to Concanipple. We'll find out. That is a tall task, and that one simply thrown out of play by Malik Brown.
Yeah,
well, Conipple was certainly special, and he and James, by the way, are starting up here in Charlotte with the Hornets.
Yeah, Sion James, who transferred to Duke from Tulane and took over the point guard position last year on a team that went 35-4 and went to the Final Four.
The Duke draftees and quite a team right there alone as Texas strikes on the other end.
Get that 3-second area, man. It's a high percentage area if you get in there.
Traore with the basket. He's 6'9" from Ivory Coast. Transfer from Xavier. Didn't start playing basketball until he was about 16. Downstairs, it's Brown for the basket and one. And Malik Brown fully recovered from last year's shoulder injury, but he's had a sore knee hampering him. He's been out of the exhibitions, but playing tonight.
Great defensive player. Played at Syracuse, was all Big East as a defender. And he had injuries last year, but he's vital at key times, Jay. His defensive ability rubs off to everybody else.
Well, you can switch him on. He can switch 1 through 5. And he's got amazing hands. Not only gets steals, but gets a ton of deflections. But how about Nick Amenya with that, shot fake and drive, drawing the defender Traore? That's what opened it up for Brown.
I think those wing players really going to be such contributors. You mentioned Amenya and also the kid Czar. I think they're going to be great assets. And the size, you mentioned it earlier, Jay, the size and length of Duke, especially defensively, is going to frustrate a lot of opponents.
No question. Yeah, that's where they have to set themselves apart. Last year was a great defensive team. And this year, that's got to be a signature.
Well, sort of on cue, Gungba with the rejection for the Blue Devils. They're up 29-22. Duke on the outside.
Duke's running a lot of 5-out offense. The middle is wide open.
Harris, and he's going to get nailed for a traveling violation. He slipped a bit, and that'll be 5 turnovers for Duke.
It's really good defense by Kendall Weaver of Texas.
This is back to the block moments ago.
Good timing by Patrick Gungba. He had some injury issues last year, especially early, but came on late.
Yeah, he was a factor late, no doubt about it.
Yeah, played really well in the ACC tournament after Cooper Flagg was injured in the first game against Georgia Tech.
He also shared the post a little bit with Malawach. And right now, not playing a whole lot down there with Phoenix, but he's got a great future. He's a young kid, and it's a matter of time. And Cooper's going to be a star. I don't care what stats he has early. And no doubt in my mind he will be a star now. He's 18 years old, Jay.
No question. Running a little flex action.
Weaver gets a look. Can't cash in. Rebound right to Brown.
That was Brick City, USA, man. Looked like your shot, Dave.
Thank you. Thanks for remembering. Thank you, Coach. Swoop shot and a block. As Texas got back quickly, 2 of the 6'8" freshmen involved in the play. They like him a lot. He was born in Munich, Germany.
They ran the ball up the floor quickly there. And Schroeder said, I like to play on a fast tempo. I believe so much in spacing and also movement. If we get movement, spacing, and run the ball, we'll be okay.
Gungba's second foul as he tried to shut down Vokatitis.
Beautiful open side pick and roll. The nice little pocket pass, and there are the hands. Swain just threaded the needle with the right hand, and terrific hands by Vokatitis.
Yeah, they really love his hands. You're right, Jay. They were that first thing they told me. He's got very strong hands, and he was only a freshman last year. Was, as you mentioned earlier, freshman of the year in the Conference of Florida Atlantic.
They averaged over 10 points a game, almost 6 rebounds, and shot close to 70% from the field.
Sounds like a keeper.
Sean Miller said he's got great hands. Start with that with a big man. Huge plus there. He cuts it to 29-25.
Well, if you got no hands, can't catch the ball. Well, you got to be effective. You got to have hands, Davey.
Got to have good hands.
Why do you say Dave for a big man? Are you one of those? You're an anti-big guy.
I think I might. I think I might be. 29-25. 5:06 to go in the half.
But Dave, you are pretty good for a little guy.
Thank you. For a little guy.
Yeah, well, he's a talent with that microphone. He really is.
The best.
It's Boozer trying to feed it downstairs and kicked away.
Boy, Boozer has really struggled in this game. But you know what? That's going to happen for players, young players. Start pressing a little bit. Ball not going in.
Plus, it's only one half. And he didn't process that double team as quickly as I think he normally does. But one of the great things about Cam Boozer, he's really emerged in a short period of time after they started playing exhibition games as a vocal leader.
Tell you one thing, his daddy was a pretty good player. I'll tell you that.
Talk about hands.
All NBA 3 times.
Champion at Duke, of course, in his own right. Swain putting his shoulder down. A scoop ball drop, though, and Boozer collects it. And on to his brother, Caden.
They dominated.
Knocked away.
They dominated in that Miami, Columbus High School. They just crushed people.
Yes, 4 consecutive state championships. His dad looks on what a great player he was.
Boy, and think how many points Carlos Boozer could have scored at Duke if Jay Williams had passed the ball once in a while.
Which, of course, won't get back.
He played with Battier, too, right?
He did, yeah.
Battier, Williams, and Boozer. Pretty good club.
Chris Duhon, Mike Dunleavy.
They Dunleavy on that team as well, yeah. Incredible team with the national title. 2000, what is it, 21?
2001.
2001, right? That's
Yeah, they beat
2001, yeah.
They beat Arizona in the final with Richard Jefferson, Gilbert Arenas, Jason Gardner, that whole crew.
Foul on the hold with 4:24 to go. And, you know, I think of all those great Duke teams, and I think what I hear in my mind is your voice, Dick. I mean, calling those spectacular, unforgettable moments. You're so connected to all of those teams, all of those great moments.
I used to love those moments. Those moments were special, especially the 80s and 90s when you got down there doing games with, you know, Jordan against Sampson and doing Big East. And Monday was just special. Ewing and company and Derek Coleman. And it was just a special time, really. Basketball, you had stability in the lineups. Right now, the best free agency in sports is college basketball. They get the best free agency. Forget about the NBA, any places.
Well, there's not a player over the last 40-plus years that Dick Vitale's not connected to. I mean, Dick, you've been the soundtrack of the game. Talk about somebody who's embedded in the fabric of the game.
I remember calling you the glue guy for the Duke team. You were the guy, the glue guy.
You called me a lot of stuff.
Titus at the line. Brown with the foul. And he will drop down number 1. And Friday night, Blue Bloods at Chapel Hill. Number 19, Kansas, taking on number 25, North Carolina. Coverage beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app.
Do me a favor. Repeat that name again. I work like crazy in front of the mirror with that name. I have my wife trying to help me on it. Tell me that name enough for player.
Modest Vocatitis.
Vocatitis.
Yes, Vocatitis.
I said it about 20 times in a row. My wife said, shut up, I don't want to hear it anymore. Vocatitis.
Well, if she hears you say Vocatitis, she probably thinks they should call a doctor.
You're right.
Transfer from FAU. He was, as Dicky mentioned, AAC Freshman of the Year. And they think they might have something with him. 5 points so far in the first half of the big man. Cameron Boozer on a bounce speed. It didn't quite get there, but a whistle as well. Just under 4 minutes and a half. So far, Swain and Evans have been the go-to men for Texas and the Duke Blue Devils tonight. Going downtown.
That's Swain right there. Nothing but nylon, baby. Nothing but nylon.
Trifecta, baby.
Trifecta. hope I can hear him. Well, thank you, Seth. I'll tell you one thing, Seth has helped me big time raise money. Thank you for the recent checks that you sent in from your breakfast with the coaches. That was really terrific. Like about 60,000, man. The kids battling cancer. Thank you, Seth.
Dame Sarr, the freshman from Italy, at the line for Duke.
Played in Barcelona. Played on a good team out in Barcelona.
Now, both of these head coaches were stars in high school, and they were outstanding college players. Today, both of them recounting the absolute thrill of hearing their names for the first time on ESPN when Dick Vitale called them out.
John Shire said he got a big kick and he called him a diaper dandy. He said, was Sean Miller a diaper dandy? I said, was he? He was voted freshman of the year in the Big East at the time when they had the great players.
Can a diaper dandy wear a mustache, though? That's what I want to know. You made sure you pointed that out the first time. You remembered that.
Diaper dandy. I'll tell you one thing. I know you're not a diaper dandy. You're a PTP at UJ. Prime time performance.
There it is again. A freshman who is simply awesome, baby.
Where Texas has really fought back in this game after that barrage from Isaiah Evans, and they've done it on the glass. They've limited, for the most part, limited Duke to one shot. And they've got, Texas has 10 offensive rebounds and 9 points off those offensive boards.
That's all coaching. That really is. That's a reflection of your leader. Teaching them to play hard on every possession. And that's what he does. He teaches them to play hard on every possession.
It's a violation against Duke and against Sarr. Took a big step forward while Pope missed the foul shot. So he's going to get to repeat it. And a good foul shooter, too, 88%. That made all the difference.
I tell you what, Pope and Mark, loads of experience, plus age-wise. One's 24, and the other one, I believe, is 22. So that experience is a big plus for Texas.
So Pope gets the second end of the one-on-one. He has 5 points. And as Jay pointed out, Texas hanging right in this thing, 31-29. They were on the verge of maybe getting blown out about 7 or 8 minutes ago.
I got worried about that, man. I said, we don't want to blow out right now. Nothing to Dick Vitale Invitational.
That's a travel.
A really nice job by Tremont Mark to stick with Isaiah Evans off those actions, curling off the ball. He just blew that up completely. Got skinny, got through it. And then Traore put pressure on and a high hand from Tremont Mark to discourage that pass. You have to have really active hands when you're playing against Duke because their big guys do a really good job passing over the top.
Tell you one thing, I think Foster's got to shoot a little bit more. He's 0 for 0 right now. He doesn't look for a shot. He didn't look for a shot against Tennessee either. I remember his freshman year, he was pretty good offensively.
Yeah, he had 18 points against Michigan State in the Champions Class.
Yeah.
Traore lost the handle on it. Out it goes. And back over to Duke with 3:10 left in half number 1.
Well, that's the 10th turnover for Texas in this first half.
This is a big 3 minutes right now, especially when you look at Texas. You can't let them go on a spurt here, 7-0 spurt. You got to go in there with confidence. We got a chance to beat this team. You got to believe it. You got to feel it and believe it. If you don't feel and believe it, you can't win.
Duke led by 9, 26-17. Since then, the Longhorns have outscored them 12-5.
Kendall Weaver guarding Isaiah Evans.
Tip back out for Sarr. And a second effort now for Duke. Evans again on the spin. Lost it there, but before the basket, no basket there. There was a foul against Texas.
See, they would like that with Shire. He wants to see him more, a little diversified. He wants to see him more than just shooting a jump shot. Wants to use a little bit of attacking the rim, get to the foul line a little bit.
Messina Traore with his second personal foul. And that'll put Evans at the line, an 81% shooter last year at the foul line. Preseason All ACC second team. And coming up Sunday right here in Charlotte, a great women's matchup in the Allied tip-off. Number 18 USC squaring off against number 9 NC State. 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. And Evans connects on the second. 32-29 the Blue Devils. And give him 15 in the first half.
And Texas has to continue to get a piece of the paint. They've been able to get to the free throw line in this first half.
Both on the bounce to the big. Titus banging here against Gungba. A lot of contact there, and that'll go the other way. An offensive foul, number 2 on the 7-footer.
Well, he spinned like he definitely made contact with his shoulder. But you know what I like? I like that he likes to be a little active in that post. And he's showing some strength in that post. I know he's like, yeah, there's no doubt about that call.
Yeah, he's physical, but that's where you just drop step and go to the rim. You know, Gungba had good position there. They'll let you get away with a bump or two, but when you really lower that shoulder on that third bump, they're going to call that every time.
Even a blind guy like me with one eye can see that baby. Nice block shot right there by Titus.
And he'll draw the foul as well. This will go against the Blue Devils with 2:16 left.
I'm impressed with him, his potential. I'm impressed with his potential. For only being a sophomore, I think this kid has got a future. Can't teach that size, baby. You can't teach that size.
Foster's second personal. And Titus to the other end to shoot. And this will be a 1-and-1. Titus fluent in Lithuanian, Russian, and English.
He's been out with an ankle injury. He only just the last couple days that decided that he could play. So he's missed a lot of practice recently.
Yeah, he and Traore have both missed considerable time in practice for Sean Miller. So Sean really wasn't sure what he was going to get tonight because he has not been able to practice, you know, some of his post guys, but they have shown up in a big way.
Well, Traore's on a minutes restriction. He's only going to play 16, maybe 20 minutes, but
yeah, he had some serious injuries.
Yeah, Titus doesn't have a restriction, and the way he's playing, he's going to play a lot of minutes.
A 1-point game. Duke of the ball. Boozer bulling his way inside. He has just been ice cold here in the first half.
And the help by Titus really helped there right there defensively.
And the guards again getting down to rebound. Nobody's watching. They're sticking their nose in there, and their rebounding has been a big deal.
Back to the big guy and a traveling violation.
Well, he's lucky he got called for the traveling before the charge.
So 1:42 to go before the break, and Duke clinging to a 1-point lead.
Once he takes this move into the middle, he's got to drop step and go to the baseline side. He just ran over Gungba. He got called for the travel, so he didn't pick up another foul. But that's another turnover for Texas without getting a shot up. But
we haven't seen the drop step from him yet, so I think that's one thing they're going to start working with him on in practice to make sure he utilizes that. Because that'll be a big plus for him.
Yeah, this is a good experience for Modest Titus.
And Miller takes him out with about 90 seconds to go before halftime in Charlotte. Evans fires. That one won't drop. He had a triple that was on the rim for half an hour earlier in the game that fell.
Well, there was that fade and rescreen action. That's going to be really good for Duke and for Isaiah Evans.
Here's Cody open, wide open. It tips right back to him.
I could have made that little wide open jumper 15 foot. That was my range.
Both gives up the dribble, back for Mark. Shot clock a factor now, down to 5. Long range jumper, and that missed ugly by Swain, but the second effort is up and in by Cody.
Well, the glass has been a huge factor in this game, and Texas is winning the battle of the glass.
You can't allow him that second opportunity. I mean, nobody near the ball for Duke, nobody blocked out.
Foster inside, that won't drop. He wanted a foul. Texas has the lead for the first time since it was 12-11.
I think the kid Cody's going to be a good player for them. I really do.
Oh, he is going to be good.
He was a talented kid before his big injury.
Well, you mentioned he was the #1 ranked player in the state of Texas a couple of years ago.
I can tell you, listen to me, thanks.
Do my best. Mark with the handoff for Cody. 4 to get off a shot. Traore sees it, launches. He can't hit it. 10 seconds before halftime. And Duke with a timeout with 6.8 seconds to go.
Now, in both exhibition games, Duke has been sensational in the second half. They came out and they were really in a battle with Johnny Dawkins and certainly his team, UCF. And then I think they were down 7 against Tennessee. Were they not down, Jay?
Yeah, it was closer at halftime, but they were 20 of 20 from the free throw line in the second half. It was still close at the end, but two really good second half performances.
6.8. Well, let's go back to last night, and an awful lot happened in college basketball yesterday. Auburn surviving Bethune-Cookman in overtime. Stephen Pearl's head coaching debut surviving indeed. And how about Arizona and Florida? Arizona with the upset of the reigning national champs.
I'll tell you one thing, and he did it, Pete, against a really strong front court. One of the great front courts certainly has been Florida. Look at BYU, man. B. Villanova, this kid they were raving about him today. A.J. DiBanza. They say he is absolutely going to be right in the hunt to be the #1 player in the NBA draft.
Boozer on the drive, trying to finish strong, and that'll roll off the iron with 0.6 to go.
And this one's going to have to be thrown up by the rim. A little surprised that Cameron Boozer couldn't finish that. He was going against Tremont Mark off a switch and had the size and strength advantage.
What is Boozer right now? Did you get the stats there?
He has not hit a shot. 0 for 7.
0 for 7 right now.
The inbound, and that won't drop. The jumper by Gungba. So we are at halftime. Texas with a great comeback. They were getting
less stagnant, more ball movement, finish plays, and finish through contact.
so underway in the second half in Charlotte at Spectrum Center. And Texas opening up with a basketball. Swain over the top to the big, but can't finish that. Okatitis had an opportunity to slam it, but couldn't get there.
Boy, beautiful Spain action, just didn't finish it. Well executed up until the end.
Duke missing their last 8 field goals to end the first half. Just went ice cold. They have won 25 consecutive season openers. Okatitis with the rejection, but a foul first in the opening half minute.
You know, you mentioned winning 25. On the other side, Texas has lost 9 in a row in matchups against teams in the top 10. So something's going to give tonight.
Cody with the foul. Texas has never beaten Duke. 0-5 against the Blue Devils. Their last meeting way back in November of 2017.
They can't feel too bad about that. A lot of teams haven't beat Duke.
Trying to put an end to that tonight. And finally, Cameron Boozer is on the scoreboard. Well, his first point.
John Shire ran a little diagonal up screen to get him isolated in the post, but still Texas did a really good job of forcing him baseline underneath the bucket. And you know, Cameron Boozer probably got away with a hook there.
He's an excellent free throw shooter. I think he's going to break out here in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if he put like 14, 15 on the board.
Preseason ACC Rookie of the Year. Weaver straight on, got an excellent look. Boozer up for the rebound, and here he comes. Gives this up for Sarr. He launches, but short.
Should have got that ball back right to Boozer. Give it him. You post up inside, get the ball, and score.
Weaver won the fight for the loose ball. Duke by 1, just underway, second half. Swain with a curl pass for the big. Okatitis
trying to drop step.
On Gungba, lays it up, it won't drop.
Had that layup with the left hand.
Caleb Foster, will see if he starts to get rolling here in the second half. He'll drive it, Boozer, and the slam for 2.
It's the matter of time. Matter of time. You can't hold back greatness, Jay. Well, greatness always usually comes back on top.
But it was just great recognition by Caleb Foster. He had Okatitis on him and just drove him baseline, played off 2 feet to find Cameron Boozer.
I want to see Foster look for a shot a little more.
Mark off the dribble. Shot clock down to 10 for Texas. Cody will launch. Off the back of the iron, right back to him. Mark with his second effort. Okatitis banging away here with Gungba.
Got to get more movement.
Wriggling underside. No, the follow won't drop, but a whistle. Cody on the foul. And the foul goes against the Blue Devils here.
I'm seeing some good things out of Fulton Titus. I know he's turned the ball over. I know he's charged and all that, but there's certain things he's doing that tells me the potential's unlimited.
No, he's a really good player. And as he gets his post moves down, he's going to be really difficult to beat.
Dad likes it. Cody at the line. Foul number 2 on Isaiah Evans, by the way.
Conference so tough, though, when you're in that league there, Dave and Jay. You talk about the SEC. I mean, it is really tough. Also very tough, the Big 12, Jay. I saw it today, and I couldn't believe it. I don't think I've ever seen Kansas preseason in the conference pick number 6. I don't bet. I don't like to lose money. I don't like that. I just don't like it. However, I would bet that Kansas doesn't finish 6th in that conference.
I tend to think that was ranked based off of last year, not so much this year, because Kansas is going to be a lot better now.
Well, Peterson's unbelievable.
Dan Peterson spectacular against Louisville in an exhibition, but had 24 in the first half.
Yeah, he said he played a perfect first half. Bill Self.
And a foul here against Texas. Maybe sensing that Boozer's about to cut loose. That'll go against Jordan Pope, his second. So I'll give you a look at the NCAA tournament bids by conference. SEC setting a record. There are only 16 teams in the conference.
14, unbelievable.
An all-time record.
ACC went to a 2 less games, did they not, in the conference play?
The ACC did, yeah. They went down to 18.
Yeah.
First time in 6 years going to play that number of games, 18 conference games.
Well, get a couple more games, independent games. In fact, I was telling Jay during the halftime we were talking, you know, Duke has got an ambitious pre-conference schedule. Playing Arkansas, nice pass inside.
Slammed by Gunba.
Well, if you bring that double over late, Boozer's an excellent passer. Found Gunba right under the bucket.
Yeah, too easy.
Wiltshire. A little step back. Pope trying to get free, can't do it. He can be dangerous from the 3. Picked off. Sar and can't connect.
No.
Had a chance for a spectacular dunk, but they can't believe it.
He can't believe it. Tell you one thing, he did a great job playing the passing lane to get that steal. Anticipated really well. There he is anticipating. Take it home, big fella. Oh, no, Bricks. Did you ever do that, Jay?
I couldn't get up that high.
And you're honest.
Drive, a battle for that. That comes away to Boozer. Foster wants to press the tempo on the spin. Will lay it up and in.
He's got to be a little bit more assertive offensively. He was really good offensively as a freshman.
Well, that's the kind of easy basket you can get off good defense. Duke doing a better job of guarding the ball in this second half.
Sean Miller getting a timeout because Duke starts the second half fast. Texas has not scored in the second half, and they are down 40-33.
You know, Dave, they have done that in the first 2 exhibition games. They have been brilliant in the second half. Take a look right here. Oh, nice drive. Great drive by Foster. Count it. Count it. He looks terrific right there.
matchup. College basketball excitement, enthusiasm.
Well, the iconic Dicky V has had so many big moments at the microphone, but he can get really silly and get inside the crowd where they'll pass him down from one section to another from the student sections.
Great seeing Mike Patrick there. He passed away recently. Mike was terrific in the ACC.
Oh, phenomenal.
He really was great. His voice.
He was amazing.
Enthusiasm. John Madry sitting down to your left.
John doing a great job on stats. And this is what you've done, calling the very first major college basketball game. Do you remember this game, December 5 of '79?
I really do, because I was really depressed. I got fired by the Pistons, and I didn't want to go out of the house. And if it wasn't with my wife, Scott and Connell called me up. I ended up 3 times on the phone. First 2, I said, no, I want to get back coaching in college. I know nothing about TV. I still don't know nothing about TV, but that's been a plus. But anyway, the 3rd time, my wife practically threw me out of the house, and I said, I'll go do the game. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, to be honest. And but it was Mark Aguirre. They had a great team. They were #1 in the country, Cummings and that gang. And they played against a good Wisconsin team coached by Bill Cofield. Lost his life too early. A lot of fun. Right for the Joe Boyle.
Scoop shot won't go, but a foul. I knew you'd remember the details of that thing. You don't forget anything. And by the way, all 9 Duke players who appeared in this game have at least 1 assist. Big reason they lead it by 7.
Official sports drink of the Dick Vitale Invitational.
Okay, fans, so behind me is getting real. It's time for our dress like tubby relay race. So here's how it works. George and DeMarco have to get suited up just like Tubby. So we're talking from top to bottom, okay? Then once they are fully suited up, the first person that makes the basket wins. And we got a prize with their name on it. It is 4 tickets to the Duke Mayo Bowl, January 2nd at Bank of America. That sounds like a sweet deal to me, all right? So let me check in with our familiar real quick. George and DeMarco, are we all set? Want to make sure we look good. In the meantime, fans, make some noise for them. This is going to be good. All right? Getting excited in 3, 2, 1. Go, George. Go, DeMarco. Okay. They getting ready. All right, glasses on. Here we go.
Garfield.
Well, what are we looking at here, Richard? 1963-64, Garfield High School. You coached these guys all those years ago, and they came to say hi.
They were here yesterday. I come, look at these guys. Look at those guys. That was my team. I was there 1 year. My wife got such a kick here in store. I mean, they got memories, the stories they were sharing. I said, I really did that. They said, yeah, you did. I mean, if you think I had energy now, you should have seen me at 20 at that time. Man, I was 23, 24 years old, a head coach in high school. Then I went to East Rutherford, and things got pretty good. We won 2 state championships and had one great player. It broke my heart, lost his life. It was publicized. The drugs, and probably my biggest disappointment ever, because I thought he was going to be a special NBA player.
And from there, did you go to Rutgers as an assistant?
Yeah, I went to Rutgers from after winning the championships there. I was ambitious to want to get ahead in coaching, and I got a lucky opportunity through Howard Garfinkel, 5-star fame.
Oh yeah.
He said to me, he says, "You belong in college." I said, "Really?" I said, "I'm getting more rejections than the Dean of Harvard gives out." I said, "I keep writing letters." I said, "Where am I going to go?" He said, "I'm going to get you a job." And I didn't, you think a guy just tells you that. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, he calls me. So I got you an interview at Rutgers, and I told him if he interviews you, he's going to hire you. And Sir Dick Lloyd hired me. And I loved every moment of it.
And you were a brilliant recruiter, and you recruited enough talent to take them to the Final Four.
Well, Mike Dabney and Phil Sellers were special players.
Texas with the ball here. Very cold start, second half of the Longhorns. Butcher trying to end it. That one missed ugly. 4 to get off another shot. Here's Swain straight on. He can't bury it. And there's a lid on that basket, and that's going to go the other way. With 15:25 to go in the contest, it's all Duke at the moment.
They've been doing this year. I'll tell you, I'm not really that surprised by this. And the thing is, they're defending a lot better right now, Duke.
Yeah, they've ratcheted up their ball pressure and doing a good job of guarding the ball so they're not put in help side situations.
Texas 0 for 9 since the second half. Looking for Boozer again on the bank, but he'll be headed to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, better get used to that action where a guard sets an up screen to get Cam Boozer into the low post. You might have to switch that, gives him a mismatch.
This guy knows basketball, man. He really does. I tell you, you can break it down technically really with the best, Jay.
Boozer shooting 2. Heidi with the foul.
Heidi can shoot the 3. Now, he played a Purdue's team, played when they had great players. They expected another great year this year. Despite they got really blown out by Kentucky. And Jay told me today, which I did not know, Georgetown had beaten Kentucky. So who knows in basketball? Every day you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, the beauty is those are just exhibition games. They don't count.
Yeah, right.
42-33 on a 10-0 run. Here's Heidi, as you mentioned, 39% for Purdue from three-point land last year. Swain slamming on the brakes and drops in 2.
He's a good player now. This kid is really solid. He can score. He defends well. He's a two-way player.
12 points.
Swain.
Boozer with the drive and again takes the hit. And he'll return to the line. Very determined here since halftime.
He's going to start asserting himself big time. I told you, he'll put like 14, 15 in that book in that by halftime.
Well, he caught that ball on the run, and he's hard. When he gets downhill, who's getting in front of him?
And when he gets downhill, even if he misses, Sean told me, he's right there for the offensive rebound.
So that'll make it 43-35. ACC men's basketball coming your way on Friday the 14th. Indiana State taking on this Duke team at 7.
Larry Bird's not coming, is he?
No. Indiana State, though, the Seminoles, right? Back in the day of Larry Bird in NC Central and North Carolina at 9 p.m. ACC Network.
You know, we showed John Shire sitting there. You know, what a tough job replacing a guy like Mike Kay. And he has done an amazing job. He has won 89 games in 3 years. Now, you don't have to go to Harvard to figure out. I can even figure out. That's like 29.9 unbelievable per year. And he only needs 29 wins, which is not only, but that's a big 3. He needs 29 to catch in 4 years. The winningest coach in a 4-year period is Brad Stevens at Butler.
14:25 to go here in the second half, and every time it appears that Duke is about to really gain some separation, Texas does something like that. Pope with the step back 3.
Well, the 3 will change the complexion of the game quickly.
Well, Pope had 42 in a game last year against New Orleans. Went 8 of 12 from 3 in that game, and he's a 38% career three-point shooter. Had a terrific career at Oregon State before transferring to Texas.
I think that's a record down there, Moody, in the field drops.
Yeah.
Well, it sat on the rim, and the big guy, Bogatitis, couldn't corral it. That three-pointer on the money. And then the 6'8 freshman absolutely buried it. His first points of this game.
Well, he needed that. He's such a good player. Went 4 of 17 in Duke's 2 exhibition games. Did so many other things well, though. He's going to be a really good player.
Yeah, excellent wing player. John Shire really high on him.
And a whistle on that side right in front of Texas. And that'll go against Malik Brown, his 3rd.
Vermont Mark trying to help out, and that's just too far a distance to close out when Jimenez is ready to shoot it.
So 13:47 to go, and Texas to inbound.
I think two type of Andes, Aminia and also Czar, are very important to this team. You know, their goals are certainly not just being in the tournament. Their goal is to win it all. That's it, basically. Came very close last year, 6-point lead with a minute to go. It's great Houston.
Right. Very painful defeat for the Blue Devils. Guru trying to bull his way inside, tied up on the play. And the possession arrow will take it to the other end. It'll be Duke ball.
By the way, congratulations, Kelvin Sampson. On his 800th game, he belongs in the Hall of Fame.
No question.
I mean,
I agree.
I think him. I also think Rick Barnes and close, certainly, Mark Few. I think all three guys have done such an amazing job for years.
Boy, that last possession, you can see the defensive impact of Malik Brown. Switched off and then right there in help side to force that turnover.
Went for the three. Jimenez with the save.
He takes pride. You watch him play. He takes pride defensively. He really does. Oh, nice screen right there.
Evans. Not this time. He sizzled in the first half.
Texas has to figure out a way to get some easy baskets. They're having to grind it out against Duke's half-court defense. They haven't gotten anything in transition.
No, and they want to play a running game. I'm surprised they have not got zero in transition.
Pope fires again and swishes in another triple.
But one thing, he's a shooter. He can score.
Give him 11. Catch and fire to pull Texas to within 6. Brown on the high post, the handoff for Evans. With the contact, little bump there by Mark and a foul on the block shot. That'll be his second foul on Tremont Mark, the grad.
John Shire's going to love that. He's going to love that. Watch him go to the basket, creating contact.
Well, Jordan Pope with a little shot fake, another step back to the three-point line. That's 2 step backs in this second half. He's got an excellent mid-range game. And Sean Miller at shoot-around today said he's probably our best player at the moment because he's the most consistent, yet he was coming off the bench in this ball game to provide a little bench firepower for the Longhorns.
Boy, Sean was one heck of a player. He and his brother Archer was a heck of a player as well. He's up in Rhode Island. A little tough up there when you talk about Sean's, you know, they don't have the NIL money and all to do the things.
Well, Sean Miller was a great passer at Pittsburgh. He's from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, same place Joe Namath is from.
Yeah, you beat me to the punch. I was going to tell you a little bit earlier. I said, guys, I want to know from you what great quarterback came from Beaver Falls. And Jay beats me to the punch. Yeah, Joe Willie Namath.
How about that stash, by the way?
Yeah.
It's a classic.
He probably wanted to look tougher in college.
Yes, undoubtedly. Mark with the kick here for Swain.
The guy just wanted that ball in the post.
Wants it again to the paint. Off balance, that won't drop. Rebound comes to Harris.
Well, defense was tough on him. That was not a good shot.
Caden Boozer. And a whistle on the deck with 11:50 to play in Charlotte. At the very first Dick Vitale Invitational presented by Belk. Duke trying to break away. Texas making it tough. 49-41, the Blue Devils.
Positively impacting the city of Charlotte. Our co-captain support plays a vital role in the success of the Dick Vitale Invitational, and we cannot.
Don't go anywhere. After the game, Dicky V himself will present the Dick Vitale Primetime Player Award presented by Belk. Join us as we recognize tonight's standout performer, the player who brought the energy, passion, and primetime play to the court. Stick around to see who takes home the honor right after the game.
Well, Cameron Boozer had a tough first half, but much more active in the second half. Caleb Foster has a matchup he can drive, and Cameron Boozer with that 45-degree cut to get to the front of the rim and gets the score. And when the double team is too slow getting to him, he's got the vision to throw over the top to Patrick Gungba, got to the front of the rim. And when he catches the ball on the run, this in transition with the left-hand drive, Cam Heide had no choice but to foul him. And in this ball game, Cam Boozer has drawn 7 fouls off his Texas defenders. He's got 8 points in the second half, most of them coming from free throws.
Yeah, he's 1 for 8 offensively shooting, but he's got those free throws, 6 for 7.
And his twin brother Caden at the line. Freshman from Miami drops in the first one.
He's going to be a very important player there, no question, because he gives them that third guard. He gives them a guy that could replace Foster at the point. Good IQ, understands, and really a very creative passer.
Sean Miller in that last huddle challenged his team. In this next 4 minutes, I want every time the ball goes up, all 5 of you to go after the ball. You guys are acting like the only time that we can get the ball is off a Duke bucket. We have to be able to get out in front offensively.
I tell you, Chris, that's the motivational ability of Sean Miller. He will never accept mediocrity.
Well, a very determined move there by Dalen Swain, who's had a really fine game, 14 points.
Yeah, he's shown a lot of versatility. He scored from the perimeter, drives. He's a tough, hard-nosed player. Oh, there's a bump.
Yeah, that's not a steal that Boca-Titus is going to get. You just have to extend that catch and put pressure on Gungba once he catches it. But you force him out by the three-point line, you've done your job.
He's going to learn a lot in this game because he was telling me before the game, Sean, he hasn't played this kind of caliber competition at Florida Atlantic. And this is a great learning. You're going to see Sean is going to really work with this kid. And this kid by the middle of the year is going to be a real major contributor.
That was his third foul. In and out by Gungba. Roger Ayers did a nice job during the foul shooting action moments ago, talking to both Boca-Titus and Gungba, who've really been going toe-to-toe. A lot of physical play between the two of them.
You know what's really great? Roger and the guys on the game, we haven't seen anybody go to the sideline in terms of the monitor. I mean, that's great.
No basket foul before that. 11:09 showing on the clock. Good crew here, along with Doug Shows and Tony Padilla, along with Roger at the helm.
Texas getting a little better movement with that ball screen motion, and especially when they can go over the top of that middle screen, they can get some good action going out of the middle third of the floor.
Another whistle here, and a foul will go against Darren Harris, number 1 for the Duke sophomore.
You know, Jay, that's exactly what Sean Miller talked about. He said, we got to get movement. We got to get movement, and we got to play a better game at tempo than what they're playing tonight. Getting up and getting some easy baskets. Not as you said earlier, everything's a grind.
There's that zoom action.
Shot clock down to 7. Pope won't wait, and he cashes in a triple.
He was sizing that up. You have to be on him on the catch. You can't recover to Jordan Pope, especially after he's knocked down a few shots.
Yeah, nothing like confidence, baby. You knock one down, you say, I can do it again. I can do it again.
Now, you both mentioned how hot he can get. 42-point game against New Orleans last season. He couldn't miss. He has 14 in this one. Turnaround spin shot. That'll roll off the iron by Harris. Another fight for the rebound and another tie-up. The possession arrow will take it the other way here with just about 10 minutes to go. And again, Texas ball trailing by 5.
Tell you one thing, twice in this game now they've been down like 9-10, and then they made a real tough comeback. I think Texas is going to love Sean Miller as coach. I really do. I think they got a guy that's a winner. He did a great job when he was suddenly at Xavier 2 times. And also in Arizona.
Now Pope gets another touch. Draws the double. Traore into the paint. Looking to make a spin. And he's going to travel with it. He gives it right back to Duke. And that'll be 15 Texas turnovers.
Well, Traore was at Xavier last year, but really didn't play because of injury. But when he was at Long Beach State playing for Dan Munson, he had a couple years where he averaged a double-double.
They called him a double-double machine.
Off the mark, Boozer. Quick shot there by the freshman. Here's Swain, who's been a major factor, knifing into the lane again, and 2 more rattle home.
Yeah, one thing, if they come back and win the game, he could be the MVP.
Isaiah Evans had to go under that screen by Traore, and that allowed Swain to turn the corner.
And he did a great job to create space.
7-0 run for Texas to cut it to 3. And Duke takes a timeout. And Swain, Galen Swain, the junior from Columbus, Ohio, has been cooking.
Went underneath, and he just hesitated, got right into the body of Isaiah Evans, and just that little mid-range shot. These are difficult shots, but he created the contact and then was able to score through it.
Now you look at last season, averaging a solid 11 a game, but tonight stepping up in Charlotte against the number 6 team in the country.
Well, you know, he averaged 11 a game, and he also was right up there in rebounding. He was also up in steals. I mean, he had a complete game for Xavier, who, by the way, finished, I believe, 4th. I think he had last year when you looked at the conference. St. John's winning it, followed by Creighton, and then Marquette was up there as well. This year, Connecticut and St. John's are going to be the class of the conference.
And again, Texas never beating Duke in their history, 0-5.
Well, Sean Miller's 2-0 against him. Or not 2-0, he's won 2 games. I think he's 2-2.
2-2. Foster trying to get in tight. Right over the top of the iron. Rebounded away. Sarr comes out of there with it. And a second chance. Shot clock to 6. Foster again with a pull-up pop. Nails it.
Got to shoot the ball. It's got to shoot the ball. He's got scoring ability. There's no doubt about it.
Well, that pick and roll with Cameron Boozer, you have to give so much attention to Boozer. That just opens it up.
It makes it a one-on-one move on him.
Pope with the bounce. Cody with an open look. Can't cash in. Traore, yeah, he was pushing off.
Not going to get away with that, man.
Will not.
I said it one eye. Well, it happened to be my good eye to right, so I could see that. But that was a push-off. There was no way. They got a guy right under the board. I mean, how can you get away with that?
His 3rd personal.
It's an open side pick and roll. And you got Jordan Pope trailing. Cody's got to block out Cameron Boozer. They took away that pocket pass, which is a terrific job by Foster on the pull-up.
Block.
Now they're looking at the last foul to see if it had something extra, possible flagrant. With 8:45 to go.
Yeah, Jay, blocking out is really a lost art. I don't know. You guys did a great job. I know you did a great job blocking out. Key part of that 35-3 team. Lost that one game to Never Nervous Purvis Ellis.
They got a little contact up on the head of Patrick Gungba. It wasn't a ton, but this could be upgraded.
Messina Traore there with the hand in the face on the push. And let's see what Roger Ayers and Doug Shows and Tony Padilla come away from the monitor with. Haven't had many stoppages to go to the reviews so far tonight. That's certainly been welcome.
He's the first one, isn't it?
First one.
Usually when they have a 3-man powwow afterwards, it's an upgrade.
Traore, the big from Ivory Coast at 6'9".
He's battled some real serious injuries.
Yeah, right now been fighting a left foot injury. So 2 of the officials heading.
After review, the ruling on the floor has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul on red 23. Duke will be shooting 2 shots. They'll retain the ball on the baseline down here with 30 seconds after the free throws.
That's big, boy. 2 free throws, the basketball as well, and a 5-point game.
So a flagrant 1 on Messina Traore, transfer from Xavier.
I think it was a good call. I really do. I really do.
This is Texas foul. Shows number
Contact to the head. So a flagrant one. Doug Shaw's a further explanation. And Gungba sinks that one. 73% at the line a year ago. And we'll have another one coming, and the ball.
I'm from Virginia, played a ball 6 high school. He's going to have a good year. I really going to be very strong in that post and really be a solid contributor on a daily basis offensively.
Well, he had a lingering foot injury, really slowed him down last season, but that exhibition against Tennessee went off for 15 and 9. If they get that kind of performance out of Gungba this season, they're going to be absolutely delighted.
He also had 3 blocks and 3 assists in that Tennessee exhibition.
You know, in this game, we haven't seen a lot of transition either team. Both clubs doing a pretty good job defensively in transition.
Evan short. Second effort, Gungba. And Weaver got a little over aggressive there, and he commits the foul.
But Weaver just plays so hard. He did a great contest on that shot by Evans. But Duke is living at the free throw line in the second half. Got to the 1-and-1 early. And that means you can be aggressive. You're going to the line on every common foul.
And they can shoot free throws. They were 20 and 20 at halftime. 20 for 20 against Tennessee on the free throw line.
Now into this free throw by Evans, they are 12 for 13 at the line in the second half. To Jay's point, and Evans adds to that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you shoot like that on the free throw line, that's a major, major plus. So many teams, it's Brick City, USA on that free throw line.
Evans had a terrific game against Tennessee. He had 22.
Yeah, and he went to the free throw line 8 times, which really got John Shire excited when talking to him.
And he wants to get him to the foul line a lot, really drive downhill, get to the basket. He's been doing that tonight, but he's also been red hot outside. Weaver going around the back on Foster, nothing there. Here's Mark up high. 7 to shoot it. Weaver again to drive, and that won't fall. And Duke pulls away the rebound.
He got a high percentage shot, got in the lane. Running one hand and just did not go down.
Cam Boozer did a really good job at denial defense early on in that possession. Kept Texas to one side of the floor. Good
pass. What a pass. Great pass.
Wide open Evans for 2.
He's one of the best passers, man. He had 6 assists against Tennessee. What a great look right there. Pretty good when you got a big guy on the perimeter who has that kind of passing skill.
Biggest lead tonight for Duke on an 8-0 run as they lead it now by 11, 59-48.
Take a look right here, man. Look at this look right over the top of the defense. That great size. And it's the Wes Unseld kind of pass. The overhead.
Well, this is really the hallmark of everything that Dicky V is made of. This gala has raised incredible amounts of money.
Tell you one thing, you want to get that BMW, that's my gala on May 1st. But hey, they showed previously a beautiful BMW 2026. Unbelievable. For a $100 donation, just go to v.org/Vitale Raffle. v.org/Vitale Raffle and get a chance. We only sell 1,800 chances, and right now I believe there's like 300 chances still remaining. So don't waste time. You might win.
Larry Brown is here, by the way. Now there is the trophy for the PT player. That is tonight's MVP. Great to see Larry here, the only coach to win an NBA and NCAA title.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Was a great teacher. He was a guy, he was a lot like Sean Miller. I mean, a guy just lived for basketball and was a great fundamentalist and a great skilled teacher.
Boy, Duke in this second half has really shut down not only Texas in their half-court offense, but they've shut down Texas on the offensive glass, and Duke has done a much better job on the glass in the second half. 8 second chance points for Duke, none for Texas.
Those are going to left hand. That one denied. Nice block by Cody.
They've also done a great job taking away the running game. They've taken away one of the things that was emphasized, a point of emphasis by Sean Miller, was we want to get up and down the floor. Well, they're not getting up and down to get layups here.
Well, they
tough
did
basket there by Tyson. Sure did.
How about 7-footer with a Euro step to get the contact off Gungba and finish it with the left hand. What a pretty play.
He's going to be special, Jay. He really is. I mean, people look at him now. He makes some mistakes. Work a little more in the drop step down on the post. He's going to be a special player for them.
Three-point play. We just saw Gungba stepping off with 4 fouls. And a stop here with exactly 7 minutes to go. Again, every time it looks like Duke is going to open this thing up. Here come the Longhorns again with a big shot.
Here come the Longhorns, baby. They had a big win the other day in football. Arch Manning showed why he was getting all that PR. The last 2 games, he's went for over 600 yards.
All that PR and all that money.
Yeah, money's no problem for that Manning family.
59-51. Foster with a pull-up. And sinks it, a triple.
Just a miscommunication by Texas. They just ran away from the ball. Left Caleb Foster wide open.
Caleb has come up bigger in the second half offensively.
Duke with a touch on that to poke it out of play, so it'll be Texas ball. Back to that miscommunication.
Just a little run-out ball screen. They thought it was a switch. Everybody runs away from the ball. That just gives Foster a step-in 3.
Wide open 3. But he's going to make it yet, and he makes it.
Pope will swing it. Wilcher. 6.5 minutes to go.
And they're deciding whether they want to challenge that, looking at a replay over on the side. And they're going to...
Yeah. They would like to do that.
It's one challenge. If he wins the challenge, they give him another one, don't they?
They keep it. Yeah,
that's correct. That's the new rule this year. Brand new to men's college basketball.
And it's going to keep a lot in terms of those guys
the
running to
play
that
is being challenged by Duke. The out of bounds call is being challenged by Duke.
Yeah, I think they're going to win that one. Well, you just can't cross over right in front of Malik Brown. His hands are too good.
He's too good a defensive player. Really, he loves those one-on-one moments. He's like saying, come on, try and play me one-on-one. Come on, try and play me.
Boy, he's the king of the deflection. They win this one.
You know who started the deflection charting them statistically to show aggressiveness? UB Brown. UB Brown was the guy that started using deflections, and everybody started to follow. Patino told me that.
UB Brown is the best clinician that's ever lived.
Ever. I agree with you there, Jay.
He did a clinic one time. They're talking about, going against young defenses, and he starts talking about the Brazilian women's team and a great player named Hortensia. and what teams did against her and how they attacked it. And it was masterful.
Well, I'll tell you this. A lot of people don't know this. U.B. Brown coached at Duke. U.B. Brown, and then next to him as an assistant at Duke.
After review, the challenge is unsuccessful. The ball is off of Duke. It'll be Texas ball on the baseline with 15 seconds. Texas loses their challenge and the 30-second timeout.
Yeah, at one time, U.B. Brown and Chuck Daly were assisting coaches to, I guess at that time the head coach was, oh my God.
Vic Bubas.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was Vic Bubas.
It was Vic Bubas.
Just one correction there. It's Duke that loses the challenge there, not Texas.
That's surprising.
So 6.5 to go. You see if Pope heats up here down the stretch. The scoop won't roll in. And Duke comes away. Boozer with the rebound.
So Texas right there for another offensive rebound opportunity. They haven't had many of those in the second half, if at all.
I'm surprised they haven't had any transition easy layups. For a team that's really, oh yeah.
They'll get Foster for that one. Or was it actually Malik Brown for that one? That's going to be 4 on Brown, who has 3 points, has made a number of great defensive plays tonight, but in foul trouble.
And those are the cheap ones, Dave, you don't want to pick up, because that's basically, it counts as a turnover in addition to a foul. And when you do that, you don't get a shot up, which you don't get a chance to get fouled or a chance at an offensive rebound.
Swain with a misfire. Second chance for the Longhorns.
They have to have a score here.
Foster chasing down Pope. He pulls up and fires. No. Another rebound, and into double figures in rebounding once again is Boozer. He's done that in the 2 exhibitions, and now tonight in his very first regular season college game, he has 10.
He struggled offensively, but it hasn't stopped him at all from working hard on the glass.
He'll get a touch to the paint. And banks it up and in, and a foul too. He'll head to the line.
Had 0. He had 0. Didn't score for the half. And I think he's double digits now, right?
He is indeed.
He's just so strong. Takes Cody into the middle and then spins right into his chest to create that space and to get to that right hand over the left shoulder.
Yeah, he really can score in traffic with contact. He's a really good free throw shooter.
So the 5th Duke freshman with a double-double in his debut in the last 30 seasons. And that despite an 0 for 7 start in the first half.
Greatness always rises to the occasion.
Wiltshire trying to dump it downstairs. Traore with the foul too. He'll head to the line as well.
That was a terrific look by Wiltshire. He fed the right hand. He got the ball a bounce inside. Just a great play.
And a terrific seal by Traore to create that passing lane.
I think Rick Pitino's watching on TV. He sent me a text. I think Rick's saying, he learned that from me. He learned that from me when he played for me.
Malik Brown fouling out with his personal.
Well, that was really well done by Traore. A little bit of a continuation there, which is exactly the right call and the right play. But creating that space to be able to get that pass. He got low and got right into the body of Malik Brown.
That was a terrific pass. We've been talking about the coaching ability right here of John Shire and Sean Miller. Rick Pitino, to me, is in another world.
Oh, yeah.
As a teacher, motivator, a whole recruiter, he's got the full package, and what he's done up at St. John's has been unbelievably magical.
I'll bet his assistants at St. John's are glad he's older now, because he doesn't make the assistants wake up to play pickup in the morning. Those stories were legendary. Like Tubby Smith said he had to sleep in his jock one night just to get a little extra rest.
Also the fact that he makes them all have to be a certain weight out there, work out all the time. He's a workout freak.
Traore, by the way, with his 4th foul. And Rick Pitino and the Red Storm, 31 wins, Big East title last year. Duke back to the line, Boozer to shoot.
He's been I think he's missed 1 free throw tonight.
Duke has been outstanding. Well, you've probably done that a few times in your career.
Yeah, no question. No question. Hey, the time for me, I mentioned E.B. Brown, one of his good friends, former assistant. I want to send this out there. A buddy of mine, really close friend, grew up in Jersey together, and our prayers are for him. He's going through a tough time. Richie Adamano. Richie, a basketball lifer, loves the game, is really in a battle.
Well, Texas trying to cut in here with about 4.5 minutes to play in Charlotte. Swain's had a hot hand. Okatitis over the top. Looking for the quick strike. No. Traore couldn't finish it.
They tried to go high-low. Okatitis inside to Traore.
Yeah, Sean Miller and his staff wanted a goaltend there for slapping the backboard when the ball was on the rim.
Can he challenge that?
Not if it's not called. It has to be called.
Under 4 minutes. From the corner, Sarr swishes it in. And a big shot by the freshman from Italy.
Duke in great shape right now, up 14. Great shape.
Well, a whistle in the paint, 3:43 on the clock here.
Jay, can they be as good as last year's team? You watch the potential of this team.
That's a tall order. Last year's team won 35 games. They had five draft picks.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Belk. In the game since 1888.
Cameron Boozer has been much more active in this second half. Side pick and roll, open side, sets a really good screen that frees up Caleb Foster for the pull-up jumper. And then with his vision, off the little fade curl by Isaiah Evans. Not enough pressure on him, he can see over the top. And then getting a matchup that he can drive from the right side, gets right into the body of Nick Cody for the and one. 11 points in this second half, 11 rebounds for the game. 10 of them on the defensive end. 2 assists, 3 steals, and a blocked shot for Cameron Boozer, in addition to drawing 9 Texas fouls in this game.
Yeah, bit of a matchup problem in a big way. Chris, you can add.
John Shire coming out of halftime, you could feel the excitement to get on the court and for everyone to see what Cam Boozer was about to do. They have this unwavering confidence in him that despite how the first half went, he has the maturity to not let that linger. And it was interesting watching Shire and listening to him talk about what this would do for his confidence going forward, that on this big of a stage, even when you don't play your best, to go out and prove something in the second half.
Well, one thing, Chris, that John Shire knows about Cam Boozer is that he's a competitor. You know, that's a great point. And, you know, sometimes you have to teach a player to compete at this level, but that's not something that Duke has had to teach Cam Boozer. He brought that in.
A lot of freshmen come in their very first year looking baby-faced. He is not fitting that description.
No.
That's special when you got competitive players, man. That's big time. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I said 15. I told you 15.
You did.
Yeah, you might want to take the over on that right now.
He's got 13. Huge second half. The major reason that Duke leads at 70 to 54. This is their biggest lead. And the long jumper on the way. That will be well short. Off the mark by Duru. Largest lead tonight for Duke. And not to forget, Isaiah Evans with 21 points to lead all scorers.
Yeah, he had 22 against Tennessee. I think Foster coming alive a little bit offensively helped them second half.
Boozer looking inside and a whistle. 2:38 on the clock here in Charlotte.
Well, you're going to see Duke run a lot of offense through Cam Boozer. When he touches the ball, he draws attention. And then he's able to find his cutting teammates because he's such a good passer.
Tell you what, I remember the staff when I was at a big event I had spoken at, and he was there. Chris Carrawell, very impressive, and I'll tell you one thing, he deserves the head coaching job. But you know, you got to be a little, I think sometimes guys jump too quickly, especially when you're at a school like Duke. I mean, you got to be patient and find a job that's not a dead-end job where you go and you have no chance, but you want to be a head coach.
Well, after the game, Sports Center coming your way. Top 10 teams in action. It is that time of the year. College basketball getting into full force. And also a breakdown on the CFP rankings as Texas comes away with basketball. Swain to the paint. Off the window, no. And a foul in the rebounding fray against Duke. And Boca Titus gets hit with 2:28 left.
Boca Titus should just grab that ball and dunked it. Instead he tried to tap it in. He's going to learn a lot playing for Sean Miller. He really is. And he's going to get better and better and better.
3 on Evans. And
Miller's
2 shots coming.
Sean Miller's had some really good success with international players as well. He had Lauri Markkanen at Arizona, Azuolas Tubelis.
Markkanen's turned out to a heck of an NBA player.
A heck of a college player, too.
Yeah.
And Declan Duru is from Munich, Germany. Traore from Ivory Coast is mentioned. Boca Titus from Lithuania. On this unit.
You know, you mentioned earlier SEC had 14 teams last year. So I was talking to Rick Barnes, and he said, keep an eye. He really firmly believes Arkansas is going to be terrific this year. He thinks that Arkansas is going to really, really be good. John Calipari's got a veteran team and brought a couple of good players along with him.
I got to tell you, it's been an absolute delight being with you. Jay and I both consider this a great honor to be able to be here tonight for your very first Dick Vitale Invitational. You were very emotional as we came on the air. And once the game begins, you're all business about the game. But I love it when you get emotional. I think people love to see you be the human being that you are and the big heart that you've got.
Well, I appreciate that. So nice. Both of you guys have treated me so well here today. And you know, it's nervous time for me, really. I come here, I really don't know, you know, is my voice going to be strong enough? Am I going to be able to do the good job? And it really wears on you. Cancer does that to you. Cancer is a vicious, you go to bed at night and you think, every time I was telling Jay earlier, they do all these scans, and you're always worried when that doctor calls. In other words, he's going to call you, 2 things are going to happen. 1, he's going to say you're cancer-free, or 2, he's going to say cancer's back, and that means chemo, radiation. So my heart goes out to every cancer patient out there that goes through that. But just remember this, my one thought I have for you, always think positive and always have faith. And don't quit, don't ever give up. As Jimmy V said, don't give up, don't ever give up.
Duke with 71-56 advantage. They'll run a little bit of clock here as we approach the 2-minute mark. Now Duke since 1950 has gone 68-7 in season openers.
26 straight, right? 26 in a row. And for Xavier, unfortunately, I'm thinking of Xavier with Sean Miller. For right now, Texas, they're like 10 in a row. They've lost the top 10 teams in matchups.
Duke at the line has been so good in the second half. They made 16 out of 20 as Boozer gets back to the stripe.
You know, it's deceiving, Noel. I say that they lost 10 in a row to top 10 teams. I'll bet in all those games, or most of them, they were the underdog.
Boozer with another one coming. Give you a look at the top diaper dandies.
Yeah, these guys are special. Paul Biancardi was telling me all about them today, man. They're really special. You might add another name on there, certainly, after last night. Koa
Pete from Arizona.
30.
Michael Brown from Louisville. I mean, there's so many great freshmen this year. It's as deep and versatile a crop of newcomers as we've seen in a long time, maybe decades.
Another whistle. You believe even more so than last year?
Yeah, last year was ultra strong at the top, but there's more depth of outstanding talent this year.
Jay, I want to ask you this. What are your thoughts about Tom Izzo went off, how he's really upset about it? Guys signing back into college and playing in the G League.
Well, I mean, I think what was one of the things that people are missing was the player he's talking about that's going to Louisville was playing for the G League Ignite. You know, that he didn't go through the draft process. He didn't declare to be a pro. It was basically that's a team that's essentially like a prep school team that's playing G League competition. So they don't make any money. It certainly can't be an age thing because, heck, there are 26-year-olds playing in college basketball. He's only 21. It's not like you're seeing G League guys that have gone in the draft and then coming back to college. That's not happening.
Yes, I did not know that. It's a great explanation. But you know what I think is going to happen, Jay? I really believe we're going to see this happen. A player going to the NBA, and he finds out life in the NBA is not going the way he'd like, and he has eligibility in college, and he's going to apply. And because of the NIL, he'll declare eligible. Because it's happened, I know it's happened in tennis. Girl made a lot of money playing, but she applied. Wanted to come back to college. She didn't want to stay in the pro scene, and she was declared eligible.
I mean, it may happen. I doubt it, but it may happen. But if it does, you know, somebody's coming back to go to college and play ball. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Swain scooping it up. That won't fall. And another whistle. With less than a minute to go, and Duke putting this one on ice and really doing it at the foul line and on the back of Cameron Boozer in the second half.
I was going to ask you, what does Boozer have so far in the second half? Get those stats up.
He's got 15. 15 points, 13
all right.
rebounds.
15. Oh, he's making another two and get fouled.
But really, Duke's defense in the second half was outstanding.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, I do not remember, and I maybe could be wrong, I do not remember a transition layup for Texas.
I don't think they really had one.
No.
And didn't have many offensive rebound opportunities in the second half.
Well, guys, it's been great working with you. I want to thank you so much.
Great to be with you, partner, and we hope for more to come as the college basketball season, which is Christmas time for you, is underway.
Well, yeah. I'd like to do at least 2 more games. I'd like to do the Jimmy V Classic, if God allows me, and also do one of the ACC
SEC Challenge. You know, the slam here by Evans, who's really had a tremendous night.
He's going to be a big scorer for them all year. He really is. With the combination of giving help to play Boozer, he's getting some good looks on the perimeter.
And 23 points for him, 19 seconds to go.
Just his movement without the ball has been so good. Everybody knows he can really shoot it, but it's not that he's a standstill shooter. He's really shown some great movement and cutting.
He's shown ability to drive with the ball a little bit as well. And that is a big plus. That'll add to his game another dimension.
Now Bocatitis with the lay-in to give him 15.
As a shooter, he's going to get a lot of attention.
But the first Dick Vitale Invitational into the books. And the Duke Blue Devils, with their 26th consecutive win in a season opener,